All right, so what up, y'all? This is me and my little bro. So we just chopping it up. So he pretty much is we kind of like twins in many ways. So he's kind of like the younger version of me. So you from Generation Z?
Yeah, Generation Z.
All right, so my thing is like you've seen the Matrix movie with Neo, and like. Would you say like the majority of your generation, like you think they're in the Matrix or out the Matrix? Like,
So I say a lot of generation is, but there's a lot of people that are. But at the same time, the people that aren't and everything aren't exactly in the good part. Per se, like they want to be like a part of the loop and not part of the whole like internet sensations and everything. They don't really care about that. But at the same time, they're in a position where life isn't exactly going the best for them. Like I would say, like happiness wise and everything, like them being happy and everything, or just content where they are constantly thinking that they need to do something more or do something less or something like that. It's just in the essence of it and everything. It seems like they're still in their own type of loop or their own type of matrix in a way.
gotcha.
Which is not exactly like it's not the say the matrix and everything is both good and bad and everything. Yeah, so it makes people numb to things that are going outside of everything else. But it's in a good in a way where people actually figure out what makes them happier, or makes them more content with life.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's kind of interesting because I think like with my generation, I'm kind of like in the mix of Generation X and Generation Y with my age, but it's kind of like the cross of when the internet was first starting to take off.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of like you also got people who are still kind of like the internet is still kind of new to them. They don't know how to go about conducting themselves. Whereas in your generation, they've either been used to the internet or they want nothing to do with it. They want to shift away. So I really, from what you just said, I really can see how that resonates. How a lot of them don't just want to do their own thing.
Yeah.
You know.
So for me, I would say I'm kind of like bouncing on that kind of border. Like I know some things, but I don't exactly keep up with everything. Like I don't know what's going on with some celebs and everything. I'll pop in every now and then on some good stuff and everything. I mean, every now and then I'll I follow some celebs on the Instagram and everything, but I don't follow a lot. I follow maybe 3 or 4. Like in one in particular, I actually followed Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And for him, it's just more of that. He's just more of like a motivational speaker and everything. It's that I don't exactly know what goes on at home, but what is presented to me on the screen really is more motivation that keeps me going every day.
Right.
And another guy and everything is like Ryan Reynolds. Say that just his office, like his aura and everything, just as his presence is just like it's more of like it's confident in himself and everything. Like nothing bothers him. Which I mean, that might be it as an actor and everything, just put him on the face, but it really kind of gives me confidence myself to say, all right, and everything. It's like no matter what comes in life and everything, I can plow right through it and I can keep going and everything. And that's also with Dwayne "Rock" Johnson. If you ever done his read about his whole life story and everything, before he was ever a wrestler, he was actually say he did a lot of other just odd jobs and everything, and a lot of times he actually didn't even have like even the most money in his pocket. He was one of his speeches, if I remember correctly, he said he had like at one point had $7 in his pocket and was just trying to find a job himself.
I remember that. That was deep, and he kept moving, kept pushing it, like very determined. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've always liked that about The Rock. Can you smell what The Rock's cooking?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Now, one more thing to touch upon. Obviously, like you said, you're a lot of like even yourself, like you're borderline or just not aware of a lot of things out there now because you're just doing your own thing now. Like I've noticed like a lot of these dating talks is now online. It's like an augmented reality. So like basically a lot of what goes on, I think, in the dating world now is just kind of what has been conceptualized on the internet that people try to bring to real life, but then you would notice like in real life a lot of that stuff don't really add up.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
So dating life, it's everything on the dating life for internet thing is always depicted as being absolutely perfect and absolutely in sync. So no matter as like what's going on and everything, you guys are always just exact same person. But in the real dating life and everything, thing about it is that most of the time you guys aren't gonna be exactly the same. You're gonna have a lot of differences, a lot of things that you're gonna have to like say compromise on, and that's why I say dating wise is gonna be a lot of compromises. Not too many to where you're gonna change yourself and everything, but enough to where you guys will still both agree on something and everything, and you'll still love each other in the end. That's but that's as I say, that's how the internet doesn't depict that and everything. It depicts everything absolutely perfect, and I would say for the women and everything, I feel bad for you guys because a lot of your things you're always in that false conception and everything that you have to always put on like layers and layers of makeup. I'm gonna say that guys like me and everything, we don't appreciate that because it's a false thing and everything. And some people have even passed by it and they'd be like, oh, say like a guy has a beard and everything, that's false representation. I'm like, maybe it is a little bit, but I mean, yes. So it takes us time to actually grow that beard out. You guys can just put on some makeup in like 5 minutes and be like, boom, I'm a whole different person.
That's deep. That's a good point to bring up. Yeah. So we'll chop it up here. We definitely could continue on. We'll probably do another one of these down the road, but hopefully y'all enjoy this little chop up me and my little brother got that we just did. That we'll do more of. But y'all take care. Signing out.